we met 10 years ago. Here we are. Woo! Man.
Yes.
You look good.
Good. Well.
You look good.
Well, good. So do you.
Ah, do I look the same?
Pretty much.
I'm a little older, of course.
Oh, age is just, you know, it doesn't mean anything. It's just whatever you make out of it.
Yes, that's right. It's nothing. I agree. It's just a number. Especially in my case. Well, good. So tell us, what have you been doing lately?
Oh my goodness. Well, 2008. Well, let's see here. 2018, I said, I'm done with Los Angeles. I gotta get out of here. So I had an opportunity to go to Europe, and I went to Lisbon, Portugal, and for almost 10 months. And then I spent also some time in northern Spain and in Madrid. And then I took a quick trip to Sao Paulo. That was just one of those adventure things. And then I came back into Hawaii, and I was in Hawaii for a year. And then this whole craziness started, and Hawaii is not what it used to be, you know. So I was invited by some friends of mine to come to the Midwest. And so I've been incognito in the Midwest for a few months. And then I started my Sony codes on Zoom about 2 months ago, and I started to get followers. And then I came back to Los Angeles on my way back to Europe at some point.
Now you said Sony codes or
Sony
codes?
Codes.
Codes. What exactly?
Well, it's something I started in the mid-90s, and being that I swam a lot with the dolphins in the open ocean and got telepathic messages from them, and used to do seminars and talks. And these are this very high vibratory frequency that comes through my vocal cords. And I've seen miracle happens in people's lives through the years, major miracles. And and because of this situation on the planet, you couldn't do anything physically. So I started on Zoom, and I got people from Europe and from America participating every week, every Saturday, and built an interest. And then I have a page on Facebook called Aros Crystos, Sony Codes, the Movement. It's a public page, and anybody can go there and sign up. And yeah, so I'm going to take this all around the world, because people's lives changing both physically and spiritually and mentally in all sorts of ways. I mean, I've seen literally, Nadia, major miracles happen in people's lives. So
great.
And it goes in conjunction with my clothing line, you know, Galactic Orgasm Design, which I also have testimonials, have physically helped and healed people when they're wearing it, you know. So it's kind of not separate, just a different branch of the same source.
Well, you use specific fabrics, right? And what kind of fabrics do you use for your clothing line?
Well, I try to use, you know, I mean, you know, natural fibers, and also repurposed clothing. You know, so if you have something in your closet, instead of going out buying something, you give it to me, and I make it into a high fashion haute couture thing. You know.
Hey, I have a closet full of stuff that
right.
needs to be recycled. And it's
there you go.
A lot of it I didn't even wear. There's tags still.
Right. Yeah.
so, but anyway, it's in the closet. I bought a house actually to store the clothes in the closet.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Nadia, you are something.
Yes, I am.
Very good.
I've been told for years and years and years. I guess I'm not going to change. Now, I have changed in a few things, yes. You know, I just found out I'm emotionally impulsive, and I had to fix that in the last 8-9 months. Boy, oh boy, was I impulsive. Woo! Reaction, reaction.
Well, that's another chapter, you know, when I used to do life coaching and now I call it Galactic mentorship.
Yes.
I have to
You
change the
remember?
vocabulary.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, do you remember about 10 years ago, you introduced me to a young lady who took meditational therapy from you. She was from Vancouver,
Right.
and we were going to a red carpet, and you introduced me to her at this red carpet, and she and I just hit it off. And
Oh,
that's
good.
Linda Cosmano. Do you remember her?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
We're still
Wonderful.
friends. We still talk.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, we talked. I mean, yes. You introduced us, I think it was like 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that in the same time when I was going to do the lust and what's that called, your TV thing?
Lust and love.
Right. I was going to play myself
Yes, yes,
this fashion designer.
yes. And that's, I might revive that, but do a little different. It's going to be a little different. It's not going to be like it was. I'm going to revive it and maybe rewrite it and put a different twist to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be cool. Yeah, I know. I had Rick Mora as the lead there with me.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Uh-huh.
yes. We might just still do it. I got sidetracked, but we'll do it. So your clothing line is doing great. I see it. I see on Instagram. I see all the models wearing it. I see you playing around with it, and I've seen your pictures at different countries. It's been wonderful to watch your journey. I mean, I met you at a red carpet and I remember that too. Remember that nightclub in the basement in Beverly Hills?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
where I met you. You had your fashion show,
Yes.
and that's when I
Absolutely.
met Rick Mora. I met both of you that night, and
Right.
and I met Steve Cook that night. So I met all of you that night, and you all met me. We had a lot of fun.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes, of course, I remember. Yeah, I am. That's one I had only Native American models.
Yes, 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 absolutely. And then the oldest Native American that is friends with Rick Mora.
Yeah, his name. Oh my goodness, he's probably in his 80s now.
90.
90s.
Yes.
He was 78 when he was a model. Um,
Rick Mora still takes pictures with him and everything. And I've
right.
been in contact with Rick, and he's in Arizona now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So everybody's like doing something different. Everybody's doing a different venture and a different life. And this pandemic has really affected us. And I don't know, sometimes it's a good way and sometimes,
Well, it's good for Mother Nature because she got a breather, you know, from all the
absolutely.
pollution, you know.
I say that all the time. The earth is replenishing.
Right.
Yes. The oceans, the plants, the Amazon. I mean, yes, absolutely.
So that's good.
That's the great part. That's
Right.
the greatest part of the whole thing. The sad part is everyone losing their job and everyone not being to socialize, not able to socialize like they have been. It is going to definitely change us.
Well, you know, well, yes and no. I mean, yes and no. It's wake up time, you know, it's
Yeah.
major wake up time. And the difference between the light and the dark is so obvious right now that there can't be any confusion about it. And you know, and if you go to my Aros Galactic messages, and I mean, I write a little bit about it here and there, but that's basically what the Sonic codes are all about: helping people to raise their vibration, because that's the solution to all of it. If I raise my vibration, I start emanating a different frequency, and it changes my way of looking at myself and also on in this entire situation. So that's the solution. Trying to fix it within the same vibration is pretty pointless.
Yes.
So raise your vibration. That's the whole thing right now. And this is what I've been doing for, I don't know, 30 years, and I'm still doing it.
Wow, I know. You've been doing this for 30 years?
At least.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. 30 years. That's incredible. Well,
Well,
you
I've done spiritual work my whole life,
well,
so.
you found what you love to do. You found your destiny and you stuck with it, focused on it, and look at what's going on. That's great.
Well, it's I have a saying, in my galactic mentorship: take responsibility for the commitment to know your own self, or your own divine self. And it's a commitment. You have to be vigilant all the time. You have to really take a look at everything you experience, and how you experience it, and why you experience the way you do. So however, it takes you somewhere.
Yes, yes. I remember his name. Saginaw
Okay.
Grant.
Yes, Saginaw Grant. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. I don't know how old he is, but I think he's
He was 78, and that was in 2013. So that's 7 years ago. So he's 85.
oh wow, 85.
Mhm.
Wow. He's incredible. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Like
You're a
doing,
baby.
I'm doing great.
You're a baby.
Yeah, I know. I know. And
I'm 93.
you what?
I said I'm 93.
Oh, good. Well, you look hot, baby.
Oh, thank you. Don't I? Ooh, 93. Can you imagine what I'll look like at 103?
Probably no difference.
Oh, you're sweet. Remember those crazy pictures we took at red carpets? You kind of went across the table, and Rick was sitting over here, and I was sitting here, and you went across, both of us in the front.
Right.
Like
Yep, I do remember that.
I still have that photo. I think it's cool. I love it. Oh, so yes. Well, so what is your next project? What are you going to do? What are you up to?
Well, I did a Sony code with actually real people in Orange County 2 weeks ago. And we had people in the room, plus we had people on the Zoom from England. And I'm going to continue doing that, probably in Sedona in October, and then in Mount Shasta. And then at some point, I'm going to head back over to Europe again and continue it in Europe. And I also have some people who are interested in my clothing line in Portugal. And we're going to do some fashion shows there, and they want to see if they can represent my fashion in Portugal and some other countries. So we shall see, and yeah, but I'm just doing what I've always done and keep on doing it.
Cool, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about coming to LA to visit my friends there, like around the holidays, like after Thanksgiving, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure of the date, but I'm thinking about it, for a week or so to visit my friends. And I have so many friends. And, I never realized how many people I know until I did this show, until I, reached out, or they reached out wanting to be my guest. And it's incredible how many people I know and how many friends I have. And it's so beautiful and so wonderful.
Well, you're a lovely woman, and you have a great, great, beautiful heart, so no wonder.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Back at you. And I have a lot of great friends. I really do. And I love them all. I love people, period. I have no hate in my heart whatsoever. I love everybody. And those that treat me badly, I pray for. And I still love them though, but I pray for them.
See, that's why you have friends.
Yeah, yes, yes. And but yes, and I have lots of friends, and you just don't know it until you do something where they need you or you need them, and or both, and it's great.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
well, I'm proud of you, and I think you're wonderful, and I think you're doing great things. And are you still swimming with the dolphins?
Yeah, I was a couple of months ago, and but they basically told me, Eros, you get out there and do your work. And I'm excited about Europe because I really feel at home in Europe. And it's interesting, Hawaii has been a real home for my soul for 30 years, and but it's changed so much.
Yeah.
But it's always inside of me, so but it's time to do work in Europe and other parts of the world. I'm interested in maybe I don't know exactly, but other parts of the world. And yeah, so
Aros, where are you from exactly? Where were you born?
in Sweden, in Helsingborg, Sweden, which is a small town in southern Sweden.
Oh, wow. I have a friend who lives in Sweden, and she's been my friend for 8 years or so. And she's beautiful. And she lived in Hawaii also, and she left Hawaii and went back to Sweden.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, at what age did you have the dream of doing what you're doing, or to do anything to make your dreams come true?
I was about 11 or so,
Uh-huh.
and I remember saying to myself, why am I here?
Oh,
What's the purpose? And where do I go when I quote unquote die? And this quest became what you call the dream. So when I was about 16, I set out on my quest.
oh, wow. That's cool. So, what advice would you give to the listeners who have a dream to be in the fashion world or swim with the dolphins or do meditational therapy or whatever it is that they want to do? What advice would you give to them to start their dream?
Be authentic and follow your heart. I mean, it might sound like a cliche. However, when a person follows his or her heart, it opens up avenues that are otherwise closed. And it doesn't make sense from a point of view of how people look at things. And it doesn't need to make sense.
Right.
It's a question of learning to trust yourself.
Yes.
And however, be authentic. And to me, that's one of the key components, to be authentic in a world that wants to change you all the time to fit into a certain very limited perspective.
Yes.
So when I'm authentic, then I won't be trapped in all of that.
Absolutely. And the world always has an opinion. And if you let them interfere, you won't do anything with your life, and you'll just have confusion. And it's true. And your real friends are going to be supportive, and they're going to help you along with it.
Maybe.
Plus, okay, real friends. I mean, real.
Yeah, but those are few.
Very few. Yeah.
To realize real friends are very, very few. A lot of acquaintances, but real friends, and that's very rare to have some.
It's true. It's true. Unfortunately, there's a lot of jealousy, envy. There's a lot of backbiting. I know. Believe me. But I'm fortunate. I have good friends, and they do support me. And yeah, you just have to see through things, I guess, and just do your passion, and just don't let anyone stand in your way if that's what you really want. And you're right. Follow your heart.
And be authentic.
And be authentic. Use the brain.
Well, the brain is like a computer chip. So if you want to use your brain, you better change the program.
Yes. That's what I've done. I've changed my program.
Good.
Oh my goodness, was I programmed from childhood? And I just discovered that a year ago, and I'm going, oh my God, no
Right.
wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that brain carries that pattern, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to change it. Oh,
Yeah.
it's
That's a good
thinking
idea to
now.
do.
Yeah, yeah, my brain thinks a lot different now.
And a simple way is to learn a foreign language.
You know what? You're kidding. I'm learning French.
Good, because that shifts your brain as well. Because when you only speak one language, it becomes like a one-way street. But when you learn a different language, you shift patterns in your brain.
Yes.
And because when you speak, for example, French, your personality will shift as well.
Yes.
And it's interesting to see when people speak foreign languages, how they person shift from one person to the other. So, yeah, good
I'm
for you.
bilingual. I speak Lebanese
Right, okay,
I speak Lebanese completely, fluently, and
good.
teaching myself French because in Lebanon, French is the main language.
Right.
And so I'm teaching myself French, and yeah,
You look like you speak French. You really look like you should be in Paris. You look like you live in Paris.
yeah.
You have that chic, like that je ne sais quoi, this, anyway, yeah, you have that special thing.
I have the look.
Yeah, but you have a special, the way you act and interact and the way you everything, you look like a sophisticated lady in Paris.
Oh, thank you.
But also sexy and fun.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Well, lust and love.
Yeah, I love your hair. I mean, it's like really nice. It's long and nice and white, and yeah.
Well, you the white is, yeah, well, thank you.
No, it
Thank
looks
you.
great. I like it. It's very nice on you. It looks very nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, that is great. Well, I'm glad. Let's tell the listeners how they can reach out to you, how they can buy your clothing, how they can talk to you or whatever. Huh?
They can go to my website galacticdolphin.com, and there is all the information there. And also please go to Aros Crystos Sonic Codes, the movement, on Facebook. It's a public group. Ask to become a member and I will approve them. And there are a lot of information also about what's happening with the Sony codes and in what countries. And people can, if they have had an experience with the dolphins, they can post it there. So, but go and and then I have like 10 pages on Facebook, and then I have 2 on Instagram, So just do a little bit of detective work and you find me anywhere, really.
Well, that is great. I admire you because you have come a long way and you've accomplished a lot and you have focused. I think that is great. That is great. And
well,
I think it's
don't forget, I have 3 books. When I knew you before, I only had Time is Promised to No One. And now I have the continuation of Time is Promised to No One, which is Conductor of Time. And then I have a CD. And so all of those can be found on the website. And the clothing line, I'm actually just finished a design for a woman. And it's getting more and more attention again. It was very quiet for a while, but now it's getting more attention again. Because, the clothes are so unique that in our world where everything's being so, as we talked about, so programmed, this is a way of breaking out again, because when you wear these clothes, you really feel authentically good. You feel joyous. You feel alive. And
they're so colorful. They make you feel wonderful.
Right. Right, but it's not just the color, Nadia, because anybody can put on colors. It's the pattern and the way everything is put together that really creates this feeling, And people seem to really awaken to it now, but I mean, I've been ahead of my time anyway, so it's kind of catching up.
That is great. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on my show and for telling us everything about you and what you're doing and the dream and how to achieve success. And because we all have the same dream, and my show is to help people who just don't know where to begin or are afraid to begin, and they see someone like you and you've been doing it for 30 years and they're going, wow. I was sharing something earlier with someone which I need to tell you about, and that is, have you heard of Terrence? He's in BC. He was a playwright in BC.
Yeah, okay.
He has a beautiful saying. Back in BC, he said this, okay? He said, I am human. I consider nothing human alien to me. So anything any human can do, we can do. Anybody can do what another human can do. Nothing is impossible. And he knew that back then in BC.
Right.
So it's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes. So if Crystos can do fashion line and do what he's doing, well, Jack down the street can do it too if that's his dream. And nothing's impossible. It's just the being motivated and taking the risk and following your heart and being authentic. Yes.
Yes. And also quick thing I want to add. Become aware of your vocabulary.
Yes.
How you talk to yourself from within.
Yes.
Start shifting your vocabulary so it's empowering and encouraging, and so you feel authentically really good about yourself.
Yes, that's important. Yes, positive thinking, positive speaking. Yes, and I believe in that thoroughly. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's keep in touch.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Aros, for being on my show. You're wonderful. And you keep up the good work, which I know you will. Have fun. You're doing that. You're just living your life and you're doing it the way you want to. God bless you. And thank you so much.
Well, thank you for inviting me to your show. It was really a pleasure and an honor to be part of it, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
I am too. I feel the same. Thank you.
Okay.
It's great to see my old friend again.
Yes, indeed. Yes, yes. Indeed.
Yes. Okay, well, God bless you. You take good care of yourself and be safe.
Okay, you too, dear. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.